Hi guys, today I'll tell you everything you need to know and should know before you start dropshipping. I've been dropshipping since 2017 and I'm currently consistently selling on the three major platforms, which are eBay, Amazon, and Shopify. So before you move to Bali and start posting pictures from infinity pools with a caption like, "It's lonely at the top," I want you to watch this. I've been recently checking on all the major dropshipping groups on Facebook and I have to say, oh boy, are you guys in for a treat. The amount of false expectations, spam, scam, and totally useless or worse yet, wrong advice is staggering. Facebook groups seem to be a terrible place to look for advice. I mean, I guess if you network hard enough, you can bump into the right people, but it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So based on this very diligent research that took about 5 minutes, I've decided to put this video together and give you 5 tips that you need to know before you start dropshipping. Number 1. Choose one platform only and stick with it until you master it. There are lots of platforms that you can dropship on, lots of strategies, so if you're just beginning, pick one and don't quit until you master it. I'll give you a brief of the 3 main platforms. eBay, 100% process based. If you follow the process, you'll make money. It's as easy as that. That's all there is to it. Yes, you can increase your conversions if you tweak the title and if you change the photos a little bit, which is something that you cannot do on Amazon, but the overall effect on your account is minuscule. So as long as you don't mess up, you keep up with your handling times and customer service, you're always going to make money. I've been on eBay since 2017 and there wasn't a month since that time that I wouldn't be profitable. Amazon, it's all about getting and keeping your seller's account. That's your biggest asset. It's similar to eBay, just with more fierce competition and definitely more stricter rules. But Amazon has way more buyers than eBay and way less sellers than eBay. Meaning if you manage to keep your seller's account in check, you're almost guaranteed to make more sales than you would make on eBay. So keeping your account health in check is really the name of the game with Amazon. Now, a small tip for Amazon specifically, if you're considering to enroll in a course, just try to make sure that you can open and verify your seller's account first before you spend some big money on a course. I've seen Amazon verified accounts go for as much as $1,400 because they're just so hard to get. They're not accepting many sellers and especially not internationals. So before you enroll in any course, make sure you can open your seller's account and you can list products on it. And last, Shopify. It's the most blue ocean platform there is. There is a million ways to go about dropshipping on Shopify. There's a million different ad strategies and different ad platforms that you can use for your store. And that's why so many people fail. Because you need to line all of these up and you need to be decently skilled at every single one of these tasks. And it just takes longer to master compared to like eBay and Amazon. But back to rule number 1. Choose a platform and stick with it until you master it. Once you do, outsource it and diversify with the other platforms if dropshipping is what you like to do. Speaking for myself right now, running 2 eBay accounts, an Amazon store, and Shopify store is manageable. But I know for a fact if I had started with all 3 platforms at the beginning, I would have failed with all. Rule number 2, set your expectations right. There is way too many people that go into this business model to buy Lambos. And while that's a nice goal to have, you're most likely not gonna get there with dropshipping by itself, and here's why. A lot of big names from this space have found success dropshipping, then started teaching how to dropship, and became millionaires that way. Or found success dropshipping, built their personal brand, and became millionaires that way. Or found success dropshipping, learned something from this, and built a company in the e-commerce space, and became millionaires that way. You see, it's more of a stepping stone rather than the destination. Just a very few people became millionaires with dropshipping all by itself. Especially if you dropship on platforms like eBay or Amazon, it's more like a job disguised as a business. You can't have an exit strategy with an eBay account. Just face the reality. That's another reason why people teach. It allows them to diversify, make more money, and not rely on just this business. Just look at the trends in this space. The gurus will have Millionaire Mastery 1.0. The next year they'll have Millionaire Mastery 2.0. The next year they'll have Millionaire Mastery 3.0 with a VIP group upsell for $5,000 on top. You know, that's how wealth is actually made. It's not by making $5,000 a month dropshipping. If you want to become a millionaire with $5K a month, you'll have to work over 16 years and not spend a penny of what you're making. And honestly, a lot of these teaching programs and courses are actually good, but that brings me to point number 3, and that's to approach it in the right way. A lot of people in this space try to offer and promise unrealistic results, but they do that because it increases their core sales, it's likely not illegal, and this industry is poorly regulated. Just look at CoffeeZilla. So take everything with a grain of salt. Look for the information you need, try not to get distracted from all the fluff, and always assess your skill set. Number 4, research is everything. Before you start, whatever you plan to do, make sure that you're able to do it. For example, for Shopify, to have payment processors on your store, you're most likely going to have a company. Not every payment processor is going to work with you, either because of the country you're from, or because of the type of company that you have, or in the country that you have it in, or because you have no previous sales history. There's a lot of things that you'll have to go through. And similar things apply to every single platform. The people that have made it in this space have faced every single one of these issues. It's not just you. Look at it as a marathon and not a sprint. But to that, I want to say there is always a way to get things done. It's just about how much willpower you have to make it to the next day. Literally every single person in this space that I know deals with account limitations, ad account limitations, account holds, account suspensions, you name it. There's always someone who can and will screw with you. You see, this business model looks great on paper and on Instagram, but behind the scenes there is a lot of parties that can and will screw with you. Even if you're successful, you're still at the mercy of eBay, Amazon, Stripe, Facebook, Google. All of these parties can shut your account and mess with your business. That really depends on it. So knowing that this is part of it up front, I think is really important. And last but not least, number 5 is make sure that you have enough time and capital to see success with this business model. This is pretty much interconnected with rule number 2, which is to set a realistic expectations, but I just wanted to elaborate on it. What you put into your business is what you get out. You see, right now I can go and not even look at my eBay accounts and still make thousands of dollars month in and month out. But at the beginning, eBay was taking every single minute of my life. It takes a while before you know how to handle every single problem that comes up. But it is important that you commit to this time investment up front. Your learning curve is going to be different from other people, but there is going to be a learning curve. And perhaps the most dredging question of all, can you start with no money? Again, technically, yes. Is it a smart way to go about it? Absolutely not. It's a terrible idea. You want to have enough capital in case you run into some cash flow issues, so that you can, keep getting sales and you can keep fulfilling orders. It's very important. If you have all the time in the world and you don't have to worry about paying your bills, by all means, go and try to dropship with no money. It's possible. You'll definitely find a way. But is it recommended? Not. What budget you need? It really depends on what type of platform you want to sell on. It really depends on your skill set. And the more money you have, the easier things get over time, as you can just outsource a lot of things and you can pay for a lot of things up front. And that is all. That's the 5 tips that you should and need to know before you start dropshipping. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and share this video with all of your friends. Because if you don't, you'll have 7 years of bad luck dropshipping. And this brings me to bonus tip number 6. Find friends that have the same interests. Find people that have the same interests as you. If you have a friend that wants to run an online business and you can keep each other motivated, it's always better. Because running campaigns, managing VAs, and keeping all the selling products as a top secret gets pretty lonely at times. That's all I have today. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.